Hello, hello, hi everyone. This is Hitesh here. So welcome to day 15 series of the macro in the VBA automation. So today we will start with a different methods. Okay, there are the two important methods which has been given in a dialog boxes. One is called as an get open file name method, and second one is called as an get open get save close methods. Okay, then before starting with the current topics, that is open file methods and the save as methods. Okay, we'll do the short recap what we have done, right? Because we have seen the message box and the input box, and what is the function of the message box and what is the function of the input boxes. That all the things we have seen, right? Now we're going to start with a get open file name method. Now get open file name method. If you see, suppose if your VBA procedure needs to ask the user for a file name, and you could use the input box function and let the user do some typing. An input box usually isn't the best tool for this job, right? Because however, most of the users find it little bit difficult to remember the paths, right? Remembering that particular directory and which directory with what a file name contains a little bit difficult, because the backslashes, file names, file extensions, so many things we have to consider. So in other words, it's far too easy to make some typographical errors, right, when typing a file name. For a better solution to this problem, I can suggest that you can use the get open file name method, right? And this get open file name method or this application object will ensure that your particular code gets its hand on a valid file name. Okay, include with its complete path. So you don't have to remember about the extensions, backslashes, file path or entire directories. Okay, so this get open file name methods display the familiar open dialog boxes, right? So like familiar open dialog boxes, like different types of boxes has been given. Yeah, the syntax of this particular method is little big, because we have to specify a little files about that, like whether we have to apply the file filter and file index in title and the button index. So there are on 4 to 5 parameters we have to pass, right? Like file filter, filter index, title, button text and the multi select, which will going to determine the type of the file which appear in the dialog box, like .txt, and it will determine some which filter of the dialog box should display. These are all the things we're going to show. Okay, now suppose, I hope everyone having the Excel with them all. So I'll suggest open your Excel with you, because right, whatever code we will do, we're going to do inside that particular VB editor, and that VB editor inside the Excel. Right now, just open a blank workbook. Now just go to Alt plus F11 and open your sheet. Can you see sheet 1, sheet 1? Do the right click and view code. Okay, now we will write some procedure or some program where you should bring up some kind of a dialog box that asks the user for a file name. Okay, and the procedure defines actually in such a way, like I'm going to use the five filters, and I also use this some VBA line continuation sequence to set up the filter variable. Okay, so by doing so, it will going to simplify the complicated argument in more easier way. Okay, so I'll suggest you all can start with a sub and give the name as a get import. Okay, get import file name. Okay, let's start. Dim file info, okay, as string, then dim filter index as integer. Okay, then dim title as string. Let's create some variables, and we require again file name with respect to that file name as variant, because we're going to connect with our object and application, so we require the variant. Now we're going to set up some list of the file filters. Set up some list of file filters. Okay, so we're going to set up the some particular file filters where I can store in file info equal to, and I'm texting suppose text files, right? I'm setting a text files, and inside this text file I'm going to take an argument like star dot txt. Okay, and then star dot, actually, do remember about the dot and the extension because it's a little bit trickier to solve in this way. And ampersand. Okay, we got some error with a space. Let's see, we are finding some kind of an error in our particular program. Yeah, next, suppose I'm writing lotus files, and that file contains the star dot prn. Okay, now slash star dot prn, and in this prn, suppose I'm setting as ampersand and underscore in order to do the new line. Okay, great. Now again, suppose comma separated files, that is will be stored as star dot csv star dot csv, and let's give the comma, let's give the ampersand, and suppose ASCII file we are taking. Okay, different types of files we are taking. ASCII files, star dot asc, okay, and star dot asc, different ASCII files we are taking, and ampersand underscore. At last, all files star dot star. Okay, inside that I'm taking dot, and then star dot star. Okay, and now just close this. Now let's use the display. Okay, display dot star by default. Okay, let's see where we are lagging. Display dot star by default. I guess we are lagging somewhere else. Okay, let's comment this, and we're going to display like in the use of filter index, right? We have used the filter index method. Yes, everyone have used it. Filter index equal to 5. Now we can set the dialog box caption if you want, like title, which we have taken title, and this particular title has to be get inside the select a file to import, right? We're going to select a file to import. Select a file to import. Okay, select a file to import. This we have been imported. Now we're going to select the files to import, and let's see our title is working. Give the correct spellings. Now let's run this little procedure. Okay, we have to give the file names too. So let's give the file name first, right? File name, and this file name we are inserting like application. Okay, application dot get open file name finfo, and inside this finfo filter index and title. Okay, file name. Now we can give the, suppose I want to handle the return info from the dialog box. So suppose if file name I'm taking and it should be equal to false, then message box, and message box suppose no, let's give it to the space, no file was selected. Okay, else message box you selected, ampersand, let's join the concatenate the file name, and if. Okay, yeah, now we are done with our programming. So this is little bit typical code because you have to give into the file name. Okay, it's not that much difficult. You can say just define the some variables and you have to give the this file name extensions, and whatever the variables you haven't declared you have to give the applications and you have to open the file name methods. Okay, now I'll go to run this application. Object required. Yes, we have been facing some error where the object is required. Okay, just yeah, it's application. Spelling mistakes if we are getting the spellings. Yeah, now see, it's showing me select the files I want to upload. Suppose I want to upload some CSV files, right? I have some CSV files with me, so I'm going to upload that CSV file, like all. Yeah, this CSV file. Now open. Now you started this particular C. It has given me the path. Just I have told you, right? I don't have to remember about the C user hash or this all that this particular path, right? It has given me that this particular path. Now okay, right? So simply it have taken the some particular files, and what are the file extensions I have taken, that all the file extensions is given .txt, prn, csv and ascii and all the files. So all files also I have given like with a dot one, and this particular you can say in application dot get open file, it will going to give me the path name, and if the file name is not getting, so no file was selected, and at last we can start this one. See, if I am selecting this pdf, open, so say this, right? So in this way we can use this particular get open file name method, where we have passed three parameters: file info, file index and the title. Okay, because it has given me select a file to import, right? See what you can see here at the top corner, select a file to import. Can you see, select a file to import, you can select from here. Okay, and you can see, ta-da, right? So this is the work of the get open file name methods. Okay, got it? Now if you'll see this particular get open file name method. Okay, now suppose sometimes what happen, I want to excel want to store some particular data, I want to save some file name. Okay, which works just like a get open file name only, because now we're going to use one particular method called as get save as file name method, where it displays the excel save as dialog box rather than opening the dialog box, right? It will going to show the dialog box of save as. If you want to do save any kind of a file, so it will going to show as a save as. Where do you want to save as, like, so this type of dialog box it should print. Okay, so let's see, we're going to write method for it. Suppose I'm getting sub get a folder, and inside this suppose I'm adding with application dot file dialog, file dialog, and here I am writing ms MSO file dialog, I guess. Yeah, file dollar folder picker, because we want save as method. So folder picker, right? And let's close this. Dot initial file name we have to give, and that we have to give an application. Inside this application, dot default file path. Let's select the default file path, right? And let's join this default file path with this particular extension with a slash, because we have to denote with a slash. Then dot title we are giving, and title we are giving, suppose please select a location, right? The title in the top left corner, please select a location for the backup, right? So we want to show the save as window, right? Save as wizard. Now dot show, show me dot show. Now if my dot selected items, okay, my selected items dot count equal to 0, okay, then we can print that message box. Okay, we can print that message box cancel. If it is 0, then message box gets cancelled. Okay, we have to write the efficient code for this. Else I can write what I should write in message box. Okay, message box, and suppose you are writing dot selected items. And selected items I am saying as 1. Let's take a parameter 1. Okay, and we can do the end if we want, and we can use the end with also, because we have used the with function. So end with, both we have to end and end sub. Okay, now let's run this particular procedure. Let's see the magic. Right, see, please select a location for the file you want to backup. You want to select the location in which folder name you want to store. Suppose you want to store this E drive, okay, in Azure. Suppose you are storing in the DevOps folder, you can select the OK. So let's see, E Azure DevOps, you can see your file has been saved in E Azure DevOps. You see Microsoft Excel, E Azure DevOps, your particular file has been saved in E Azure DevOps. Okay, now let's, it means E inside this Azure, inside this DevOps, my file has been get saved. Okay, like in this way you can use the different methods. So these are the two methods, that is called as in get open file name method and gets save as method. Okay, get save as file name method. So these two particular methods which I just shown to you, okay, and these two particular codes, if you'll see, okay, with this particular code you can access the file and where you want to locate that particular file. Okay, that all you can very easily do it. Okay, so we have completed with our the simple dialog boxes, the 5 dialog types of dialog boxes, like message box, input box functions, right? Then get open file name method, then get file save as method, and get save as file name method, right? So this different 4 to 5 types of dialog boxes we have seen. Okay, so from tomorrow, means tomorrow we will start with a new concept called as an user form. Okay, and we're going to learn the basics of the user form. Got it? So guys, if you want to learn, right, that how this particular VBA works in data science and data analytics, and how this can be used as some part of the automation, okay, so you can connect to the Coachx.Live. Definitely they're going to guide you at the very best levels. Okay, and if you want to learn the data science and data analytics in deep, okay, how the different conditions, how the different algorithms works, and how these algorithms is used for the predictions of any different datas. Okay, so you can connect to the Coachx.Live. Okay, they have the best particular in the things. So guys, till then, bye bye, see you next time, take care.